All right, what's up, everybody? And we're going to continue on with another top 5. And we were talking actually before this, and we even have more kind of interesting ideas for the future for top 5 and putting stipulations on the top 5 and doing some worst 5, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So I have Uncle Dolphin. You know him from Terrible Hime's stream. Yep. And I also have Chris Pinkerton, if you're nasty.
Hi.
From Enter the Realm and also Crashbox Custom.
I need to get you a new logo.
Today we're going to do top 5 cartoon series from the 80s. Joe actually hit me with a great idea of we should have put a cap on a lot of the classics, but we already prepared. So let's go the other way. Pinkerton, if you're nasty, what do you got for number 5?
I'm probably going to piss some people off of this list.
That's okay.
And you're wrong.
And your different opinions have no merit or base.
None whatsoever. Wrong. My number 5 is the Smurfs. Oh. Ran for 7 seasons.
I did think of it, but I didn't put it in my top 5.
Oh, these guys are going to get in the comments.
No, they're going to be in the comments. And you, shout out to my wife, because I was talking to her
and they're going to smurf the Smurf out of you.
Top 5 Smurfs. Just top
I don't
3.
even know if I can name 5.
Well, those Smurfette
is number 1.
Okay.
In our hearts and minds, Joe. In our hearts and minds.
I'll tell you the worst one is Brainy Smurf.
No, that's my number 2.
Get out of here.
Bro, he is so fun. He's like the Starscream. There's your reference. He's like the Starscream.
He's a Smurf. He's awful.
Who's the one who's always looking in the mirror?
Veiny.
I think that's worse.
No, it's not. It's not that.
It's not Veiny.
It's not that.
It's not Veiny. Please.
What is it?
Veiny Smurf.
Somebody draw us a Veiny Smurf.
I'm quitting.
Oh, a Veiny. No, what's the one's name that stares in the mirror? Is it not?
It might be Vein Smurf, or it might be
Vanity. I hope it's not Veiny though, bro. But they have some crazy
Narcissus Smurf.
Maybe.
Oh, it's Vanity Smurf.
That's why I would think it's the whole word. Not Veiny Smurf.
What is your number 5?
Thundercats. But like, it's cool Jack cat people, and Chitara is hot.
And all wearing BDSM costumes.
Exactly. If you look at what Panther was wearing and realize what is skin and what is not, imagine what he's wearing on the regular human man.
Correct.
It's not right.
Yeah. There's certain clubs that specialize in that, I believe.
You wouldn't go out fighting crime in that.
My number 5 is He-Man. As a kid, I really enjoyed it, and I loved the characters, specifically the bad guys, I think, mostly.
Mechanic?
The bad guys, mostly. I like the way that they look together. Skeletor is probably the least threatening 80s villain.
It's only because of his voice,
It's voice.
If you just looked at him.
You boob.
If you just looked at him.
He-Man.
Yes.
I'll say this, that of the 80s shows that I liked as a kid, when I go back, He-Man is the hardest one for me to watch. Like this, to me, like this, like all the stories are what they are, but
I don't think I made it through like 3 episodes.
Specifically the weakest.
Like I've watched, like most of these I've like rewatched all of. Like I watched all of Thundercats within the last 3 years.
Right.
And it's watchable.
So my number 4 is it's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Bobby.
The whole
sorry,
thing.
pardon me, as I was.
He-Man was a later cartoon.
That's true. That's when he was in space. Right?
Yeah. A lot of the same things you said. The characters have, become kind of jokes on themselves a little bit. Mm-hmm. The way they're marketed and look, I enjoyed it thoroughly as a kid. I think it was the first one of these toy cartoons, right? Back in, it's like in 82 it came out, or 83.
Yeah,
somebody will correct me.
Yeah.
Silverhawks, which is underrated to me.
And a good song.
Yeah. Whoever recorded the Thundercats and Silverhawks.
Yeah. Dude, you're talking about synthesizers. They got mad synthesizer solo in that.
Yeah. They had cool designs too. I thought. Yeah. And a lot of those, like, that's one of the ones that stands out to me also with a lot of like the 80s cartoons that had like the super Japanese style openings.
Yes.
Animation wise, it always looks so much better.
Always
like
the best
if
part.
the whole cartoon actually looked like the opening, I think it would hold up better. To
oh my god, definitely. My number 4, I gotta say, is the Mario Brothers show.
Really?
Yeah, dude. As a kid, I loved it.
Solid.
I loved it.
It didn't even cross my mind.
But I rarely got to see it on Friday, and that's when the Legend of Zelda was.
Yes.
And I was always like super bummed about it. And I used to think that the character, I hate my younger self sometimes. I used to think that the character design for Mauser was kind of cool.
Oh, wow. Is it because he had on sunglasses? All right, number 3, gonna go with Transformers.
Oh, low on the list.
Wow.
Obviously,
Why do you hate Transformers so much?
why do I hate them so much? If we're being honest, we really got 2 seasons in a movie. You know,
No, you got 3
I
seasons.
mean, you did, but in
Bill.
season 3, it's they're horribly out of order. So if you just watch it as it was just flashy, pretty pictures of
That's true. That's
sort of
true.
looking like the toys you
That's
could buy.
true. But it was a long season.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of material.
3 is Turtles.
Yeah, dude. I loved that show as a kid, and like the opening is still great. You know,
You go back
Turtles.
to great animation for
Yeah.
45 seconds up front, right?
and when it drops down like into the streets and the whole bit, and then the arcade game came out like shortly after,
Yes.
and it felt
Oh,
just like
yes.
it was like so many things like
There's a lot
playing
of
together.
games. I love good games. I love good Turtle games.
it was
Turtle
a
in Time.
very good rollout marketing wise,
Yeah.
and timing wise, which
Yeah.
is missing a lot today.
100%. And the graphic novels were available if you wanted something a little bit more mature, and there was just a lot at your fingertips at that moment when it hit.
Yeah.
But anyway, Turtles is
Great
up there for me.
villains, great minions, great everything.
But I will say this though, similar to He-Man, it's a hard one to go back to.
is it?
Yeah, the opening.
I haven't.
The opening episodes are still great, like where Bebop and Rocksteady get turned and
Yeah,
all
they're
that.
building the world, right?
Yep. But like once you get into like season 2, season 3, like it starts really, really, really falling apart.
Number 2 for me, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh my god! I like that too. I liked it too.
Alvin,
as a kid.
Simon,
Theodore, do.
And then I ended up liking sped up soul samples later on in life, and I do feel like it is related somehow.
It is. The show ran for 9 seasons.
I did watch a lot of that. I enjoyed it.
I
That's
watched it
crazy.
pretty regular. Yeah. Dude, I'm like, that show came for 9 seasons. And then, it's had a pretty successful career as a, live action stuff.
The shows, I think
Musical,
there's,
like Christmas music.
yeah,
albums.
dude, it's still Alvin.
Yes,
yeah, it's
yes,
still good.
It still plays on radio.
Yeah, for sure.
Voltron. Even though Voltron is an anime, it was broadcast here. Everybody knows Voltron. So like it was
It's a little bit more. That's another one. Like going back and watching it. Like I was never a huge Voltron fan as a kid. I saw him and I always thought he looked cool, and I had a set of lions.
Yeah.
But I could never figure out when it came on. Possible that it may not even have come on a channel that my antennas received.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time. So like I never caught it, but like 1 or 2 times. So like as a kid, I feel like I was kind of robbed of the experience to even become a full-fledged fan, even though I liked it. I have tried to go back and watch it as an adult.
It's always hard to do.
It is, but I have to say in the same breath, while I find it hard because I'm an adult, it's easily more sophisticated than most of the...
It has a story and its character,
correct.
and it has
Correct.
like, an arc.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. My number 2 is Mask. Mask was kind of like the girl who played hard to get for me. Like I always liked the toys and I always liked the
Yeah, the
designs.
gadgets are cool.
But I had a hard time catching it on TV, but I
Right.
caught it more frequently than I caught Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was like the elusive, franchise for me, and I was like always into it. And they had tapes of it available to rent at
Right.
my local tape stores. I'd rent the stuff all the time, and I used to. And well, dude, what is it with me and 80s and sunglasses? I used to like Rax also because he had the sun. And any talk like this, mayhem. Why are you got the long face? So yeah, I love Mask and I
What you
loved
perceive
Rax.
to be cool.
And I had a crush on Vanessa for sure. And Evelyn, to be fair. Number uno is, I'm guessing, G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe for me, number 1. That was my jam growing up. I liked a lot of different stuff, but always G.I. Joe was, made sure I got to see that. And at one point in time, like knew the ins and outs of every episode and could tell you the nuances of them. I've
Sure.
seen them all so many times.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think probably the 2, is it 2 or 3, 2 seasons? And then the movie, and that's, really all I've,
And then
that's G.I. Joe to me.
Yeah, because the Python Patrol and all that was after that.
Yeah.
Python Patrol. Eh?
Yeah, that's what they call me.
There was some cool character development that looking at, like, there's a episode where Dusty has to basically get a loan from Tomax and Zaymont to cover his mom's medical bills, and then they hold him up over it and try to...
That's too real.
Yeah, like, try to make him
too real, bro.
Trying to make him steal secrets in that whole story arc where they basically Truman Show shipwreck.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, it was great when I haven't watched it in years.
And imagine if it came out now and like Dr. Mindbender got a PPP loan. And,
Oh yeah, that's what it would be.
yeah.
But that's my number 1, G.I. Joe.
None of them is Transformers.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I don't think it
what
would
is
come as any
that-
surprise.
Predictable.
A lot of them were trash, specifically the second season. The second season's the worst of the 3, but there's still some really good moments even in the second one. Like the greater episodes of Transformers to me are better than the best episodes of a lot of other shows still to me of that time.
I think me and you like Transformers for the same reasons, but but like I think aimed differently. Like I like the characters and stuff too, but like the robots, the transforming, the like engineering is much more important to me than it is to you.
Right.
Where like you could care less if they transform at all.
Correct. Well, I mean, for the show, I kind of want them to transform.
Yeah, for the purpose of it. But like
You just want to hear the noise.
Yeah, I do want to hear the noise.
That's a good noise.
But it was always that there seemed, I think the movie played a big part into it. But the like, because you as a kid you kind of look through that lens and like see it all melded together. But like the stakes just seem higher to me when I think of it. You know, even though it seems just as normal as the rest of them when you watch it episodically, when I factor in the movie to it, it just seems like, man, like these were two armies really at war and they were taking losses and casualties.
It seems more epic.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
It seems like a much larger scale than a lot of these other things where it's like a team of 4 or 5 people fighting an organization or whatever. This is like 2 expansive galaxy-spanning armies fighting a war.
Shout some stuff out that didn't make your list.
Visionaries.
Oh, that's a good one.
Popples.
Wuzzles.
Dino Rider and Dinosaurs.
So, dude, dinosaurs. And then when the dude gets zesty with the dinosaurs. That's my favorite part.
Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
Oh, man. Remember Dark Water?
They never ended it. I'm so mad. I think, like, don't mention it around Krista. She get mad.
Really?
Snorks.
And then there was a ton
Centaurians.
of
Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the real Ghostbusters.
The Filmation Ghostbusters. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
I mean, it's funny, like a lot of things on our list, either it's stand a test of time where people still know it or has been remade, but some has not.
That's
like,
true.
Silverhawks did not get a remake.
Somebody see, like, one of the like corporate like bosses sees like one of the employees coming down with the vintage toy or something. Hey, leave that in 87. Right.
That's
there.
right.
Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please check out Nerd Rage Radio, where all podcasts are available, including YouTube.
And make sure you put your top 5. We're not asking you to, but you will.
You're gonna
Put it in the comments.
If it's not the same as these on our list, you're wrong. But
You're
it's
definitely
fine. Let
wrong.
us know how wrong you are.
Let us know.
There's no limit to how wrong you can be.
Yeah,
that's
people
right.
live their entire lives being
Their
wrong.
entire lives.
People have been
Flat
very successful.
earthers.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.